Hello folks, and welcome back to our Ottomans campaign here in Europa Universalis IV. So, we've been a little bit disjointed. I was talking about in the last episode about how I kind of wanted to attack one of our rivals, but there's a problem in that they're too big, and in the case of like Castile, they're too far away, and the Timurids, they have too many allies. Poland kind of the same way, and the Poland situation is exacerbated by the coalition, which, to be fair, we could probably beat. I mean, it's, what, Pope, not even the Pope, it's Florence and Mantua, Milan, Savoy, Hungary, and Poland. But there's no reason to fight that. There's absolutely no reason to fight that. We could probably beat the Timurids. We have a massive technology lead against them and their allies, Kazan, Nogai, and Uzbek. Yeah, it's a huge advantage, but that kind of opens us up because the land we're talking about is huge and there's just a ton of forts involved. So even when we take gains down here, it's not going to mean a lot. That war's going to be long and drawn out, and I mean, would anybody even join us? Tunis won't. We need to probably get rid of that alliance with Tunis. Muscovy is already in a war with them, so I mean, on the one hand, we would be in a war together, but on the other hand, Muscovy is not in any position really to help us. I mean, I guess up here, sort of, kind of. Crimea is fighting a war on the same side. Yeah, that's not ideal, and of course for France it's too far away. So, I think what we're going to do is we're going to sit on our hands a little bit. We're going to let our manpower recover. We've got quite a strong manpower recovery rate. And we're just going to hang out. We're going to hang out. I was going to say we're going to do some deficit spending. That's not entirely true, although even though we're running a surplus, most of it is actually coming from war reparations, and in a couple of months the biggest chunk of that will go away. I do need to buy down this inflation. I've really not wanted to spend my admin points because I want to start this idea group, but it just seems like that's going to be worth it. Yeah, that's more than a ducat a month. That's a big deal to us right now. So I'm going to start off by seeing what we can do in terms of taxation, because that is still our number one income source. Oh wow, yeah, 0.2 in Aleppo. That's going to be tough to beat. I do want to go around and make sure that I'm getting the best options before I drop anything, because I mean, we're only going to get to put down what, 3 of these. So 0.2 is tough to beat. Yeah, we've got 0.15 here, 0.08, let's see, a 0.13, 0.06, 0.13, and I mean, some of these places, especially over here, the autonomy will come down over time, but I really just want the biggest boon we can get, starting off. How? Let's see, that was in Aleppo, right? Which, to be fair, we've had for quite a while. What is the autonomy in Aleppo? It's pretty low. How about, was it Jerusalem I saw that was pretty good? So they're all pretty samey, so that's not too bad. Alright, let's drop a mosque in Aleppo, and I guess Tarablus, and 0.15 was the next best we saw, right? Oh, there's a 0.16 in Serbia. Yeah, so, I mean, those will take quite some time to actually pay for themselves, but they'll provide us with more monthly income, and they'll also increase our overall income amount, which will kind of help to offset our increased inflation, because inflation from gold acts as based on a percentage of your total income, how much gold is of it, and well, it doesn't have to be much to give you a increase in inflation. The more we can bring our money up, the better. So the next thing we're going to want to do is get rid of these mercenaries, and I think that's going to be sort of a, I was going to say sort of a long-term thing, but actually you two get lost. Let's grab an infantry. Actually, let's just grab one of these cav and send them down here. Alright, so we're probably still going to want to do this war with Shervin and Kara. So we'll kind of stay over here with these guys. We'll leave these troops over here for now, just in case we need to be defensive. And yeah, let's get our diplomat working. Let's break this alliance with Tunis, because I don't think they're of much use to us anymore. Let's get going here. Oh, Hejaz. I was intending on offering you an alliance, so you definitely could have held on to that military access, buddy. Alright, let's group this together. Yeah, we're being embargoed by the Thames. No big surprise there. Ah, yes. Wait. How old is their king? Yeah, 20. You betcha. We'll go ahead and take this royal marriage. And yeah, so on the 17th, we'll start improving relations. And yeah. So, part of the reason... Alright, so France is still at war. All this is part of that, I guess. Part of the reason we want to sit on our hands is, again, this coalition. And, you know, another part is just manpower. But we also want to sort of consolidate our gains. We want to get our autonomy down as much as possible, which will bring our money up and just generally make us better. Because we've gotten to the point, we've got a pretty solid amount of land. We want to get the most we can out of it to rebuild and really just slam hard against our enemies who have become, to be fair, reasonably strong right now. So, you know, it will behoove us to have like a huge pile of manpower, not be pretty low when we get into beginning these battles. Okay, so a local noble's power grows. Through intrigue at court, skillful alliances, and exploitation of his local realm, one of our kingdom's nobles has grown incredibly wealthy and powerful. If we don't deal with him now, he may become a pretender to the throne. Though reducing his power will prove difficult given his influence and private retainers that he maintains as part of his own small army. So we can ignore him, losing 10 prestige, and Kuthaya, which is down here somewhere, not over the rainbow, gains 20 local autonomy, loses a buttload of tax. Okay, so the autonomy, I guess, would stay, but the other effects would not last but for like half a year. We could outwit him at court. We'd gain 5 prestige, but we'd lose 1 stability. I don't like the sound of losing 1 stability. We could order his arrest. Where is Sugla? Way the feck over there. Alright, well, we could hotfoot, you know, some of our armies over there. Yeah, I think that's probably the best plan. You two. Make for Sugla. How long is that going to take? July. Alright. I don't know how long this pop-up will hang out. If we wait too long, we'll get this. So I'm going to wait till like the 15th. And yeah, we'll have whatever this puts in Sugla. It'll probably be autonomy. It'll be some kind of negative penalty when they manage to siege it down. But hey, I don't want to just try to hang out and keep that up forever. Yeah, 10 local autonomy. Yeah. Come hang out in Saruhan? Yeah. That's what we're calling it today. Alright, there's a river here between everywhere. Okay. Not gonna get around that then. Yeah, so Hesse is still the emperor? I really expected that they would go back to Austria or basically anyone who isn't a two-province minor. But hey, that's a positive for us. Alright, we've got a claim on Circassia. No, it's our truce up with them in 1516, so that's a long way away. We can build more buildings. That is tempting. Ooh, so Florence has taken over Siena. Florence has built themselves a nice little power block down here. And that war is still going on. I believe it was Austria who declared that war? No. So it must have been... Who else is France allied with? Ferrara. Why are you allied to Ferrara, France? What good is Ferrara to you? It's a one-province minor. Oh well, looks like it's going well for them. Big surprise, since they have France at their back. Otto Regent now rules France. Good deal. Alright, so we have our claim there. We don't have a claim on Mosul for some reason. Okay. We're going to claim on Tikrit instead. Fair enough. Shervin. Looks like a lot of sort of sameness going on up here. Honestly, I don't think we can use all the claims we have up there right now, even. So... got everyone embargoed. Let's get some claims. Let's get a claim on Umbria. I probably won't be, expanding over here. We already have a lot of aggressive expansion. It's not a great idea. But, doesn't hurt to have options. Jeez, that was painful. Still. So that's 12 and 4. Send them down that way. We could take diplomatic tech. That will increase our naval maintenance cost, but presumably we are still ahead of time? Yeah, we'd be 8 years ahead of time. I'll hang out till till either we have to increase our piety or the end of the year. Give us a little bit of chance to get a little more reduction in cost there. Yeah, and we're just getting eaten up by reinforcement costs. Okay, we can invest in an idea. Prestige from land battles would be great. The problem is we're 8 years ahead of time, but we only make 84 points a year currently. God, our king is bad. Our heir is not better. Ugh. Ugh. So... I mean, it's not clear to me that it's even a good idea to take that idea. So I'm not going to. I'm just going to sit on the points now, and we will decide in the future. Jeez. And I even have all the forts. I don't have the forts mothballed. Right. So we would lose another point of army tradition every year if I mothball the forts. Is that accurate? Does it go down completely or is it halved? I don't remember. But we would save so much money. At least for a couple of months, I'm going to do it that way. Alright, if I change screens here, does it tell me? It does not accurately depict what's going on. Alright. Alright, so we have finished our mosques. That's good. That is a lot more money we have coming in now. Diplotech, still nobody has teched up, so I'm going to trade Diplo points for money. We get a 20% bonus to trade, so that will offset our 10% increased naval maintenance, which, to be fair, is not very much to begin with. So, yeah, money-wise, we should be doing decently well. Alright, military reforms. The reigns of Mehmed I and Murad II saw the Ottoman Empire reunified after the crushing defeat it had suffered at the hands of Tamerlane. The military was expanded and reformed to match any potential threat and ensure further expansion. It was also during this period that the Ottomans started to realize the vital importance of a strong navy. We could have great army reform, which would give us 20 years of 10% increased infantry combat. That's very good. Army and naval reform, 10% galley combat and 5% infantry combat. I mean, if we plan on going to war with, like, Castile and, well, I mean, and Naples and Aragon, its personal union buddies, and, say, Venice, that is interesting. Or just straight naval reform. This is a massive boost, and I think we could just afford to build more galleys, so I'm going to go this way. Arrived in Urmia, good deal. Alright, so with the forts mothballed, yeah, we get absolutely no bonus against tradition decay, which is a little rough. It's going to hurt our manpower over time. Or France. Ooh, that's a big war. Let's take a look at that one. Castile, Aragon, Naples, Bohemia, the Pope, England. Oh, and Scotland. Yeah, it's just France and Scotland against all of that. Bye, Scotland. Goodbye. Alright, Saqqara. I want to claim on Mosul. And yeah, other than that, I think we're just kind of sitting tight. Alright, we're gaining enough money right now. I think I do want to go ahead and drop down another mosque. So, alright, Cyprus here is at 21% autonomy. Jerusalem is at 9%. So presumably there's more of a net gain from putting one in Cyprus long term, since currently they are even. So that's what we're going to do. Yeah, Florence is fabricating on Rome. Well, that's fine. Level 3 Inquisitor. I wish he was lower so I could afford him. Alright, so that guy's coming back from Florence. Okay. I have all the claims I can get on the Thames, right? Muscovy is pretty happy with us. We can top Muscovy off. How about France over here? France is, yeah, pretty well pleased. Unrest-wise, we seem to be doing alright. Bohemia no longer considers Hungary a rival. It's not really a concern for us. I don't really know how long I want to sit with all the forts unmanned still. Alright, we're going to go ahead and put a mosque in Jerusalem now. Next time we have money, we'll put one in Sidon, and I'm sure that someone's going to point out that we owe on loans. I'm aware. We're just going to extend the loan next time. It will increase our inflation, but I want to start making money now. I'm not saying it's necessarily a sound financial decision, but it is the decision I have made. Alright, and... yeah, that's down here. And that is unfortunate, but it is what it is. Alright, so Venice will cede... Oh no, Venice won. Cede Cremona and Navarre to Venice, and yeah, then war reps. Interesting. Milan no longer considers Venice a rival. Well, perhaps they realize they're not on their level. I'd really rather not lose diplomatic power. We gain so little. Yeah, geez, it's 2.5 months worth of power. Although this is reduced money for 10 years. I don't like to do it, but I don't want to lose money right now. Alright, we have claims on what we can get of Poland. Let's get a claim here just in case. Where are we at army tradition wise? 4.7. I really feel like we probably need to activate our fort soon, just so we don't like lose too much in the way of army tradition. I may be like overly scared on that front, but I don't want to, get into a war where we're really low on tradition, because it affects so much, from siegeability to everything else. Alright, so Crimea, let's see, Lower Don and Bamat to Ryazan. They will pay war reps. Yep, so our ally got beat. It's unfortunate. Alright, did we want to... Yeah, let's improve relations with France. Keep them happy. We'll probably come back at the start of the year there. Alright, we've converted Uboa. And yeah, nothing else looks like we can currently convert it. Jerusalem. Good deal. Alright. I think that did it for the .15s. Is that accurate? Let's see, .12, .11, .13. And more .13s. .13s should be... I think anything above .1 is actually worth putting down, really. Alright, how is Crete here? 13.6, so we can probably get a little more out of it. So yeah, put one down in Crete, and we'll let time tick by again. Our truce with Venice has ended. Good deal. And Venice has entered the coalition. Not really a surprise. How much aggressive expansion? 76. That's a lot. Austria can't join though, right? Poland still has exactly 50. Alright. We might be able to afford that trader, but I don't think it's really worth it. And we're at 87 here. Yeah, I'll come back in February. Yeah, 89 is fine. Alright, so Kara has 13,000 troops. Shervin has 12,000, so we should be decently able to take them on. I could put the king in charge. It's a thing I could do. It doesn't have any siege ability though. Right. Definitely give it another month just to tick up a little bit of money again. I don't have to take any more loans, and when we take some losses, we're probably going to have to some bad reinforcement costs. So I guess the plan here, Crete does not have a fort, so probably declare for one of these places so we can take it and hold it and treasure it and call it ours and build up war score that way. And then we'll I guess the plan is going to be to take actually some of this stuff. Yeah, it's going to be to take some of this stuff up here. And honestly, we'll put the king in charge up here. We'll just have to remember that there's no leader over here. Do I want to declare on Shervin instead? I mean, they're only allied with each other. I can declare on Shervin, and then I can take basically as much as I want from Kara. I think Kara is going to be the easier one to siege down. Who has more forts? So Shervin has 1, 2, 3, and Kara has 2. Yeah, so I'm going to declare on Shervin, and then we'll work on both these countries. But that'll wait till next time, folks. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you then.